Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. In late 1944, the European fronts began to converge, bringing the previously separated Western and Eastern allies into closer cooperation. The US Army Air Force's 82nd Fighter Group, equipped with P-38 Lightnings, was stationed at Vincenzo Airfield near Foggia in southern Italy. This group carried out numerous missions over the Balkans and Hungary. On November 6, 1944, alongside other units from the 15th Air Force, they successfully supported Soviet forces advancing against retreating German troops in former Yugoslavia. Happy with their performance, the Soviets requested another mission the following day. This time, the 82nd Fighter Group joined forces with the 1st Fighter Group to dispatch P-38 Lightnings to target German traffic along the Skopje to Pristina road. The 82nd Fighter Group was led by Colonel Clarence Curly Edwinson, a seasoned pilot with an impressive record of 4,000 flight hours and 27 combat missions. The American formation encountered heavy traffic on the roads and launched a successful strafing attack that left dozens of vehicles ablaze. However, ground fire damaged one Lightning, forcing Captain Charles King to make an emergency landing. Although injured, King was rescued by local partisans. Meanwhile, some Lightning pilots who had stayed at higher altitude to provide cover noticed fighter aircraft taking off from a nearby airfield. Initially identifying these planes as German Bf-109s, the Lightning pilots quickly shifted their focus to this new threat. Despite having a height disadvantage, one of the enemy fighters managed to climb and hit the Lightning, causing it to crash and killing its pilot, Lieutenant Paul Brewer. In response, Lieutenant Kenneth Katchke engaged the attackers and shot one of them down. However, some American pilots began to realize their adversaries were not Germans but Soviets. By then, it was too late to stop the battle. Reports from various sides offer conflicting accounts of this incident, a common occurrence in wartime narratives. Soviet ground troops initially mistook the attacking P-38s for German FW-189 Uhus, which shared a similar twin-boom design. Once they realized the aircraft were American Lightnings, they tried waving Soviet flags to signal their identity as allies. Unfortunately, this attempt failed. The nearby Soviet 886th Fighter Regiment scrambled Yak-3 fighters led by Captain Alexander Koldunov, a skilled ace with 15 victories. According to some sources, their orders were to identify themselves as allies rather than attack. But if such instructions existed, they were ineffective. The skirmish resulted in losses on both sides, though exact figures vary across sources. Americans acknowledge losing 3 Lightnings during the battle, Captain King's aircraft hit by AAA, Lieutenant Brewer's plane downed at the start of the battle, and Lieutenant Gene Coulson's P-38 also shot down by a Soviet Yak-3. On the other hand, Lieutenant Katchke claimed one Yak-3 killed during his engagement with Soviet fighters. Additionally, Lieutenant Tom Urton fired at 2 Yak-3s and reported one probable destruction. Another probable kill was claimed by Lieutenant Bill Blurock after observing a Yak trailing smoke following his attack. Soviet claims range from 3 to 7 kills during the clash. Captain Koldunov reportedly scored 3 victories that day. However, these were not officially added to his record. The Soviets admitted losing 3 Yak-3s. Lieutenant Shipulya and Zhestovsky were shot down by lightnings, while Lieutenant Krivonogih was mistakenly downed by Soviet anti-aircraft fire, according to their reports. Eventually, some pilots on both sides began wagging their wings, a universal signal of friendly intent, to indicate they no longer wished to fight. One Soviet pilot, possibly Koldunov himself, approached Colonel Edvinson's Lightning and wagged his wings in peace. The combat subsided and the Americans retreated southward. The incident also inflicted significant losses on Soviet ground forces. Approximately 20 vehicles were destroyed and over 30 personnel killed, including General Grigory Kotov, commander of the 6th Guards Rifle Corps. Local witnesses offer alternative accounts of events, claiming B-25 Mitchell bombers participated in the attack and that some were shot down as well. Official documents from both sides remain classified. However, analysis suggests 2 primary causes for this tragic misunderstanding: navigational error and insufficient intelligence regarding Soviet positions. The American formation ended up roughly 55 miles or 88 kilometers off course at Niš in Serbia, a town recently abandoned by German forces and occupied by advancing Soviets. The Niš incident caused diplomatic tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Soviets demanded severe punishment for those responsible. Consequently, Colonel Edvinson was recalled to the US, though his military career continued unhindered. He retired as a brigadier general in 1961. Captain Alexander Koldunov enjoyed an illustrious career in Soviet aviation. Rising to Chief Marshal of Aviation and head of the Soviet Air Defense Force, he eventually resigned in 1987, following the famous unauthorized landing on Moscow's Red Square by Matthias Hust. Known as the Niš incident, after its location near Niš in Serbia on November 7, 1944, this event did not significantly disrupt Soviet-American cooperation against Germany during World War II. However, it foreshadowed post-war tensions, as former allies became adversaries in the Cold War. Thank you for watching Showtime 112.